I wouldn't be able to clear my name even if I jumped into the ocean. I didn't dare think further. The more I thought about it, the more terrified I became. Looking at Emily's messages, I didn't reply immediately. Almost 10 minutes had passed since I received the notification. I quickly made a decision in my mind. Since the messages said I would be framed, then I'd take this gamble. As long as I didn't appear in that operating room, no one could frame me. My eyes quickly scanned the ground. I immediately locked onto a spot in front of the emergency building, an uncovered manhole on the road surface. I pretended to hurry toward the emergency entrance. As I approached the opening, I gritted my teeth and suddenly shut my eyes, then threw my entire body into the manhole. The sensation of weightlessness suddenly engulfed me. I instinctively tensed my body. The next second, I crashed heavily onto the hard cement floor at the bottom of the well. A dull thud. The impact shook my internal organs with pain. Fortunately, the bottom of the well was dry with no standing water, but the bare hard ground provided no cushioning whatsoever. Intense pain radiated from my head and lower leg throughout my entire body. I convulsed with pain, cold sweat instantly soaking through my clothes. I knew in my heart, most likely I had fractured bones. This old drainage well outside the hospital had been abandoned long ago. A few days ago, someone had stolen the manhole cover. It hadn't been replaced yet. Only an inconspicuous warning barrier surrounded the opening. In my rush to get to surgery, I hadn't looked carefully and stepped into empty air. There couldn't be a more perfect accident. My phone, which had fallen nearby, kept ringing repeatedly. The ringtone echoed especially sharply in the dark, silent bottom of the well. But I didn't move. I let the phone ring and stop and ring again. I kept my eyes tightly shut. After all, how could an unconscious, comatose person answer a phone call? I just needed to wait quietly for someone to discover me. The longer this took, the better. 15 minutes later, construction workers arriving to install a new manhole cover reached the scene. They immediately spotted my purse scattered near the opening. The worker's heart tightened. He immediately leaned over to look inside. His flashlight beam penetrated the well, instantly revealing my motionless form at the bottom. Someone fell in. "Quick, rescue them!" The worker immediately grabbed his walkie-talkie and called for emergency help. I maintained my unconscious posture the entire time, eyes tightly closed. I let the commotion above grow louder and louder. I could only hear countless footsteps and shouting from the opening. The crowd grew larger and larger. I could even hear the clicking of phone cameras. Before long, police and firefighters arrived in succession. The rescue ladder was quickly set up. The firefighters carefully secured my severely injured, unconscious body to ropes and slowly lifted me out of the deep well. The moment I emerged from the well, everyone could see clearly. My head and face were covered in crimson fluid. I was groaning softly. No one dared delay. They immediately carried me into the nearby emergency building. While I waited for rescue, through the floating messages, I learned what the original plot had been. Emily and I were classmates in medical school.